How's it going, guys? So, welcome back to another ArcheAge video, and today I'm actually going to be going over a gold guide, but it's going to be for probably more useful to casual players. Now, the reason being is I am a pretty casual player in ArcheAge as well, and when I say casual, I mean the people who play between 1 and 4 hours a day. Now, obviously for you it may be 1 hour a day, it may be half an hour here and there throughout your day, or it may be 4 hours, maybe 5 I'd say, probably is the most for a casual player each day. Or, even if you don't get to play every single day, this video will definitely help you out in your way of making gold and how to keep sort of like a sustained income to build up your account. From whenever you log in, you can make a bit of gold and use that to progress in leveling up your gear. So, let's get into it and hopefully the video helps you out. If it does, drop a subscribe, drop a like, helps me get recommended, makes my day, and it helps us grow. So, let's get into it. So all these methods will be, as usual, split up between title screens, and then you'll be able to find out where you are quite easily, and if you want to go back and find out about another method, then you can find that really easily. So the first method that I wanted to talk about is going to be making sure that you guys use your farms. Now, when I say farms, obviously this will include your 16x16 as well, and you can get this as soon as you hit level 50 by following the Blue Salt quest from Marianople if you are on the New Year race, or Solace Headlands if you are on the Haranya race. However, if you're unsure of how to get this, then look on my channel, you will see a beginner's trading guide. If you follow that quest line where I show you in that and carry it on at level 50, you will be given your Scarecrow Garden once you've traded overseas. Now, if you have any sort of land placed down at the moment, and if you are level 50 or above with your Scarecrow Gardens, both of them planted, then you may have noticed that everybody just seems to be planting cedar trees and getting as much lumber as possible. Now, as a casual player, these farms are going to be so useful for you guys to make some gold with the limited amount of game time that you do have. Now, I understand that you guys might be thinking, I only have a little bit of game time each day. I don't want to be spending it all sat chopping down trees or picking flowers for my alchemy and seeds, planting stuff. And I understand that. But if you just think about it for a minute, all these sort of things that you do plant in your farm will grow while you are logged offline. So if you spend 10 minutes maybe just filling up all your farms with cedar trees, for example, by the time you come on the next day, then these should be ready for you to chop down. And if you just bank those and keep banking them, keep banking any materials that you do make, then you are going to either have lots of logs and lumber when you need to make a ship, or just to turn into lumber and sell. Now, this is just one sort of passive way to make money. You're going to plant stuff in your farms that are worth a bit of silver, chop it all down, put it in the bank. Now, a reason this is really good for someone who plays casually is you'll probably struggle to spend all of your labor instantly, especially if you're not at a point of leveling up your gear a hell of a lot just yet. And obviously, if you are looking for gold, then you're probably going to be struggling on getting enough gold to level up the gear anyway. So this is definitely a good thing to have. You can spend your labor on it, and a great part of it is if you have a ton of logs, you can then take them and turn them into lumber, which is going to be AFK for you if you need to do anything in between this. So the first method that I wanted to tell you guys about is going to be making sure you make use of those farms. Plant trees, plant seeds, anything that's going to be worthwhile at the time. Make sure you pick them all and cut them down. Spend that 10 minutes each day and turn whatever you get, say logs, into lumber and sell them on the auction house. You'll get quite a bit profit, and it's very easy, it's passive income, and it's definitely worth your time. The second method that I use almost every single day, in fact I do use it every single day, is definitely going to be the family quest for doing a daily cargo run. Now, the reason this is good again for a casual player is, 1, it's really AFK, and 2, if you have a little bit of gold built up already, you can literally do this as a daily quest and make 30 plus gold in literally no effort whatsoever. So what you're going to want to do is firstly be part of a family. Now, if you play this game with anyone whatsoever, if you are not in a family already, you can literally buy a family certificate from the general trader and use that to invite one of your friends into a family, and this will unlock the family quests. However, if you are playing this game alone, then maybe just find someone that lives in your sort of residential area and see if they will invite you to their family, just so you get access to those quests. And also, it'll probably benefit them to have you in the family anyway if they have slots free, because then you can help them do family quests, speed it up and save them a bit of time as well. So it's definitely worth asking those guys if you aren't already in a family. Okay, so once you have your family set up, if you press Shift V, then you're going to be coming into the tab where you can see all your community stuff. If you click on family and then go to all in the family, you'll see your quests on the right hand side. Make sure they're all unlocked, and you'll see one that is a daily quest for trading cargo. Now, all you're going to want to do from here is head to Esna and the trading post here. Once you do that, you're going to get here. After the quest is activated, you'll see a purple exclamation mark above the cargo seller's head, and you're going to want to take the quest from him, and it will cost you 26 gold to buy the cargo. But also you're going to want to spend 5 gold a day on the captain's protection, because otherwise you can probably lose your pack, and that's going to cost you a lot more money in the long run. So it's definitely worth just spending that extra bit of gold just to be safe. So once you are here at the quest start location, you're going to have to wait for the cargo ship to arrive, and this will arrive and dock at the exact place where you're buying the cargo from. It will just be off on the beach there. Now, when it arrives, it will anchor for 20 minutes before setting sail to the next province. If you are on the Haranya race, then you are going to want to do the same thing as this, but you're going to want to start in Solace Headlands and take the quest there, and then you will set off and go towards Esna. Once the ship has arrived, what you're going to want to do is talk to the cargo seller and buy some cargo from there, and then talk to the merchant that sells the captain's protection and get one of those certificates and head down to the ship. Once you're on the cargo ship, this is very important. Go and talk to the captain and activate your captain's protection. He is just stood in the center of the boat. This will mean that while you are on the ship or around the ship, nobody can attack you or get you killed. However, there is a little bit of a, I guess it's not really a bug, but people can knock you off the ship. So what you're going to want to do is take a seat on one of the benches, but if all the benches are full, which does happen quite often, is jump off the boat before it sets sail, obviously, and hold on to the netting on the side. If you can't get on because people seem to go too low down the netting, go underwater as the netting goes down quite a bit, and get on while you're underneath the water. This will allow you to hold on. Make sure you move towards the top. It's just a bit of common courtesy to allow people to be able to get on the net and not miss the trip. Okay, so after the 3 minutes of explaining what you need to do, why am I going to be here and what am I going to benefit from doing this? So you have just spent 26 gold on the pack and 5 gold on protection. So that's 31 gold that you've spent so far. So what you're going to receive from this is 20 Onyx Archeum Essences. Now, these are incredibly valuable. They are about 2 to 2.5 gold each when they are sold directly on the auction house. So if you get 20 of these, then you are going to be making 19 gold if you sold them directly on the auction house straight away. And that's at 2.5 gold each. Sometimes these will go up to 3 gold and you'll be able to make over 20 gold for sure. However, what I would recommend you do with these instead of just selling them straight away in the auction house, which by all means, if that's all you want to do, go ahead and do it. I would highly recommend that you, when you are using your farms, to plant the materials to make things like opaque polishers and root pigments and small seed oils. Now, these can go for up to 10 to 15 gold depending on what time you're selling them at and the demand that they are on at the moment. So it's definitely worth checking on the auction house which ones are more expensive at the time of making them. However, they do fluctuate a hell of a lot. Sometimes you might list them at 15, by the morning they might have dropped and they might not have sold, but at the moment I have not seen these drop below 10 gold each at all. So from these Onyx Archeum Essences, you can make 6 of these opaque polishers, root pigments, or seed oils. Now, this will change each time you do it. So for example, it takes 3 essences to make these each. So that means you can make 6 each time with a remainder of 2 left over. So by the time you've done a second run, you're going to have another 2 left over, which means that time you're going to be able to make 7. If you have 6 of these and you are selling them at between 10 and 15 gold, then you are going to be able to make between 60 if selling them at 10 gold each and 90 if selling them at 15 gold each, and that means that you're going to be able to profit a hell of a lot off of the 31 you've made. If you sell these at the minimum of 60, you're still making 29 to 30 gold, but if you do sell it on the high end, then you're definitely making between 40 and 50 gold. Obviously, you need to take off the fact that you're going to be using labour to spend on these, and you are going to need the materials to make them. But if you are planting the materials yourself, that's going to make the profit margins a hell of a lot bigger. I do this every single day just because it's AFK when you're sat on the boat, and it's a lot of income that you can make just while you're logged off. If you chuck these on the auction house just before you log off, then you can sell them, come back to a nice bit of gold, and this will help you increase your gear so you can move on to the next method that I'm about to talk about. The next method that I want to talk about is going to be farming ancestral coin purses on Aegis Isles. Now, there's definitely better places to farm ancestral coin purses, but I'm assuming you guys are probably kind of like myself, not fully geared up yet because you are looking for ways to get this gold in and upgrade your gear. So, the Aegis Isles and maybe a group of 2 or 3 with maybe someone who, if you can, find someone who's quite strong and can kill the mobs fairly quickly. This way, you can get through them and pick up some ancestral coin purses. If you do this, not only are you going to be making gold, but you're going to be quickly leveling up your character as well, which will then increase ways for you to make even more money. So if you get someone, if you haven't already been to Aegis Isles, to port you there, or you can get there on a rowboat, but I would highly recommend not doing that. That's what I did. It wasn't a good idea. So get someone to port you there, and once you do arrive, just put in the nation chat, or if you put /shout will just do the zone that you are in, but just put in there that you are a DPS or a healer or a tank at Aegis looking for a group. Maybe just put Aegis +++ and people may invite you to a group that way. Once you are in the group, just go to wherever the high level players are farming and just farm away. Make sure that you are rolling for coin purses. This way you'll level up quickly, and you'll also get these gold from the coin purses. Ancestral coin purses give you between, I believe, 1.5 gold to 2 gold each time, so it's definitely good silver per labour. Now, the RNG is included in this. If you get lucky getting ancestral coin purses, then obviously you're going to make more money than if you are sort of getting a bit unlucky and just getting a few here and there. But if you are in a group of 2 and you are killing them really quickly, obviously you've got a 50-50 chance of getting that coin purse, whereas if you are in a group of 4, then you've only got a 25%. So the less and smaller of a group that you can do, as long as you are keeping up your kill speeds, then the better off you are in getting these coin purses. But if you are killing them really slowly in a group of 2 or by yourself, it's definitely worth getting in a group, killing them quicker, because then you've got more chances to actually roll for that item. Whereas if you are dragging it out and taking ages, you're not going to be getting those rolls very often. Like I say, if you are going to be doing this in the time that you are logged on, try and get your farms and stuff done first. If you've got the chance to go and do your daily trading thing, then go and do that as well, and then come to Aegis and grind out your levels. This is going to make you be able to get a bit of gold while you're leveling up, and head on to other bits further in the game to make even more money. Okay, so the final method that I wanted to talk to you guys about is going to be sports fishing. Now, I'm sure you've heard everyone talking about sports fishing, and if you guys do only get to play half an hour here and there, maybe this one isn't going to be for you. But for you guys that do get to play, maybe between 2 to 4 hours, or even if you guys are listening who aren't casual players, this is going to be a lot of gold for you guys as well. But sports fishing is definitely something worth your time getting into, and it's definitely going to be a huge money maker for you guys. So sports fishing can be quite confusing to get into. A lot of people seem to think, how do I start off? And when I did it, I was a bit confused of how to get into the raids, what exactly would happen in these raids, and just how to get started basically. So at some point while you are leveling up, I am sure you will have been given a basic fishing rod. If not, give a quick Google search on how to find it. It really isn't that difficult to get. But once you've got this, you can basically start off doing fishing, and that's it. You can literally start off straight away. However, what I would recommend you guys do to start off is, if you've made some gold from these previous methods, go onto the auction house and buy enough bait worms to be able to get yourself maybe 5,000 proficiency in fishing. Now, the reason being is you are going to want 10,000 to be able to get a upgraded fishing rod. So if you buy 1,000 bait worms, you're going to get 5 proficiency on fishing per cast. So you can literally just get these 5,000 bait worms and AFK that off. You'll use quite a bit of labor, but it's definitely going to be worth it in the long run. So what you're going to want to do is get your 5,000 proficiency, and then if you have enough vocation badges, which if you've been doing your farm and by the time you've fished all these fishes up, then you will probably have 12,000 of these if you are doing your family quests as well. You can go into the vocation badges shop and buy yourself the Dawn's Drop boots. This will give you a boost of 5,000 in the fishing skill as well. If you don't have these proficiencies and you don't have the labor, or you just don't have the gold to get the bait worms, don't panic. You don't need to do this. You can still just go straight out and join a raid and start sports fishing. This is just something that I recommend you do because you'll catch fish a lot quicker and it'll make your life a lot easier. Right, so you've got your fishing rod. You may have got your upgraded fishing rod if you have managed to get those Dawn's Drop boots and the 10,000 proficiency. However, what the next step is going to be is to join a raid. Now, really, you guys do not need a ship to be able to do fishing, sports fishing, but if you can get a clipper, then it will probably be worth doing because you are going to be bringing one fish back at a time usually. So this means you can go out, catch your fish, bring it back, and sell it off. But if not, don't worry too much. If you join a raid by typing in the nation chat, is there a fishing raid, or just put in fishing raid +++, someone will send you an invite most likely, and then once you have got an invite to the raid, go on the map, find the blue dots, or just ask them where they are, meet up with them, and you can either jump on their boat if you don't have one, or spawn your own clipper if you do have one. So why do I need to be in a raid? Why can't I just get on my own little clipper that I've built, or my rowboat if that's the way you want to go, and sail out there and go sports fishing? So to do sports fishing, there's certain spots on the map in the ocean that you can fish at. Now these do change, and it is sort of seen by loads of seagulls flying around a certain area. So to find these, the easiest way is to have a fishing boat, and then these will tell you where you can go to find these spots. This is why you do it in a raid mainly, because someone in that raid will have a fishing boat and you can go to them, they know where the spot is, and it's a lot easier to find than if you just sail around looking for it yourself. However, there is another reason. The chances of you going out and getting PK'd by reds of the other faction is probably quite high. Fishing is incredibly profitable. If you can kill someone and take a trade pack, then you're going to make quite a bit of money. So a lot of people do that. So being in a raid means being with a lot of people, and this will reduce the chances of you getting killed, losing your trade packs, and just having a whole terrible time while fishing altogether. The final reason to be in a raid while doing your sports fishing is because there is an achievement that will reward you with a fishing boat design, which will make your life a lot easier in the future and increase the gold you can get if you do have your own fishing boat. Now, to get this, it does ask you to get 100 of each type of fish, and the great thing about being in a raid is if another person in that raid catches that type of fish for you, it will go towards your achievement. Even though you don't get that fish personally yourself, the achievement does count, the counter does go up, and it just speeds up the process a hell of a lot, getting you towards that design. Okay, so you've joined a raid, you're all good to go. What do you need to do before you set off? Now, if you're in a raid and someone has a fishing boat, just check. They probably will already have chum bucket for you, and the area will already probably be baited, and it will all be good to go. What I mean by this is, when you arrive at the location to do sports fishing, you do need to use the chum bucket to get the fish into a feeding frenzy so you can catch the fish from the area, but once you join the raid, that will already usually be done for you. But just ask, and if they do ask you to bring some chum buckets, then maybe just bring one along with you, just so you're contributing towards the raid a little bit. However, other than that, all you're going to want to need is your fishing rod, and you're going to need to make a fishing lure, or you can buy this off of the auction house. I would recommend making it out of 15 iron ingots at a handcraft station. Once you've done that, just right click on the fishing lure in your inventory and attach it to your fishing rod, jump on your boat or jump on the boat that you're heading out with, and then head out and go fishing. Once you arrive there, what you're going to want to do is cast out your line from the icons that have appeared when you've equipped your rod and wait for a fish to bite. On the same icons area, once a fish has bitten and is on your hook, you will see that these start to glow. And now what this is telling you which ones to click. It's really simple. It tells you what to click, and that's as simple as it is. Once they light up, click that one, and then keep an eye on your fish, especially when the health of your fish is low. As you click the correct icons, you will do damage to the fish. Big reelings and reelings do extra damage to them. The big reeling is the one you want to be getting as much as you can. It's all random chance, however, but big reelings will increase the speed that you get your fish. So once the fish has lost all its health, jump in the water, go and pick up your trade pack, bring it back, and if you are by yourself, then by all means hop on your clipper and head back in and sell that fish off at a fish stand. Or if you came out on someone's ship, then wait for them to return as well, sell your pack off, and then return with them again. If you are with quite a few people and the person you're with isn't ready to go back yet, you could always jump on the first person's ship that is going back. Usually people don't mind helping out people, seeing as you're in the same faction. As mentioned before, keep an eye out for reds. If you see them coming, if you are a low level, then you're probably going to lose your pack. Don't panic too much, this happens. However, fish are worth a lot of gold, so you are going to be still making quite a lot of gold from doing this. As soon as you've got your fish pack, you are going to want to try and get back as soon as possible to sell this off, because that way you're not risking it as much. Now, fish do range from maybe 13 gold up to 20 plus gold. I believe it can even go higher than that. However, if you press C once you've caught your fish and picked it up, you can then put your mouse over it, which will be in your glider slot, your trade pack slot. Put your mouse over that and it will tell you how much gold that fish will sell for. If your fish doesn't seem to be worth too much, don't just release it and get another one. The reason being is you've spent the labour on catching that fish, and it does cost quite a bit of labour. So take that back, hand it in, and just get the gold that you've earned from it. Come back out, catch another fish, and rinse and repeat. This method is definitely a really good way of making gold, and I know that this is a method that people use at a high level to make their gold to pay for their high level gear. So it's definitely worth getting into and learning about, and it's not too bad once you get out there with lots of people. You can have a chat while you're doing it, and it makes it quite fun, especially if you can fight back against the reds who try to steal your fish. So that is going to be the end of my gold guide for today. Hopefully these methods do help you out, guys. ArcheAge is definitely a marathon and not a sprint. It's going to take you time to invest to get gold, to upgrade your gear, but do things that you enjoy as well. Now, I did say about obviously put your farms down and stuff. If you don't enjoy that, then try not to do it if you really don't need to. But as a casual player, using your farms is going to be a great way of passive income, and you don't have to stress too much about coming back every hour to pick things up, but put some stuff off when you're logging off, and then pick it up when you get back, and then replant, and that way, when you are not even there, you're still making a bit of income. Anyway, guys, I do hope this video has helped you out, and I will probably have more ArcheAge guides coming in the future, but I am trying to lean away from doing just guides. I am thinking about making some ArcheAge cinematic sort of stuff, maybe a little bit of a story or something along those lines. So let me know what you think in the comments if that sounds like something you'd be interested in seeing, and as always, if it did help you out, please do like and subscribe. It helps my video get recommended to others so I can help them out, and it also makes my day and helps me grow. So, as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.